everybody. I wanted to share some tips because I get this question a lot, and I completely understand that when you're a new coach and when you're not in the habit previously of posting frequently on your social media platforms, you're like, well, what do I even say? My life is really not that interesting. How in the world am I going to post 3 to 5 times a day when it literally might just be like, hey, here's my kid. Click, hey, I'm driving around. Click, hey, hi everybody, click. Like, I know it seems like your life might not be too exciting and that there's really nothing that you would want to share, but I really want you to think like you are an interesting person and you have a specific approach to life. You have a good viewpoint. You have hobbies in your life. You have quirkiness in your life. And so what I do when I post that often is, first of all, I am more motivated to take action when I know why. So why should you post this frequently? Y'all, I'm looking like a hot mess. Here, I'm gonna do my hair in a sad pony so nobody thinks, oh, look how unprofessional Laura is. Maybe I shouldn't listen to her advice. Hey, like this? Huh? Now I look like a 12-year-old? Okay, maybe I can make a post about that. But why do we I can't even handle this. Hold on. Why do we post that often? Is because the algorithms of Facebook are very unique in the sense that hey Christine, in that when you're posting, let's say that you post at 7 a.m., let's say you post at 11 a.m., let's say you post at 3 p.m., and let's say you post at 8 p.m. When you post, not everyone on your friends list is going to see that post because Facebook only shows your post based on if they think your friends are going to want to see it. And they're not going to keep your post in the news feed the entire day until your friends come back and get it. Gone are those days because there's like 1 billion people on Facebook. So it's very important for you to post this frequently and this kind of spread out. Like, don't just post 3 times at night. Don't just post 3 times in the morning and be like, okay, good. Now I'm going to focus on other things. It's best to post, and it's different for every market. For me, being a boy mom, being a mom, I find that maybe posting in the morning, as the moms are probably getting their kids ready for school or just waking up, posting in the morning, posting around lunchtime, maybe during nap time in the afternoon, and one at night after the kids go to bed. Because what happens, I remember even now, I want to be brainless and I'll just scroll through, oh, I've had such a tough day, or okay, the kids are in bed now, let me wind down before I start getting ready for bed. So you want to post in those prime times, and that might fluctuate for everybody depending on who your friends are in your friends list. But that's why it's important for you to post frequently, because you're going to be sharing some really great content and some really great valuable added stuff, and you want more people to see it. But here's a little exercise that I want you guys to do. If you are struggling with deciding what to post, and you're like, well, I don't know what to post besides my workout and Shakeology every single day, but doesn't that get kind of boring? Like, aren't people going to be bored by that? Yeah, like there's so much more to your life than that. So if you guys take a blank piece of paper, all right, and just mark a line down the middle of it, like so, I want you to, on the left side of the column, I want to write this down. Let's see here. This is going to be a silly exercise, but it's going to start getting your brain going. I want you to think of your unique characteristics and then also characteristics of everyone else on your friends list. I know this is going to be silly, but follow me here. I want you to identify some unique things about you and also relate to people who are your friends list. So on your friends, if most of your friends are from your area, then write down Georgia, or write down small town, or write down city life, okay? If most of your friends on Facebook or Instagram are moms, write down moms. If most of them enjoy running, write down running. If most of them want to be healthier, but they don't really know how, then write down maybe nutrition or accountability. If a lot of your friends are homeschooling moms, write that down. If most of your friends, let's say, are married, wife, if most of your friends drink wine, write that down, okay? Write down at least 10 characteristics of the majority of your friends. And this is going to take some exercise. This is going to take some practice. But if they have dogs, write down that. If they love to go on vacations, write down that. If you guys frequently go to Disney World, that's us, write down that. Anything that you can think of. Do they like to read? Do they like to journal? Do they your friends enjoy walking outside? Do they enjoy having park play dates? Do your friends are they into finding like clean organic makeup products? Are your friends really interested in getting out of debt. Okay, so write down very common characteristics on this side. Now, on the flip side, this is how you're going to decide kind of what content to come up with as you're focusing on posting more often. This is going to add value to their life, so they're going to be more excited and more eager to come follow you. On this side, I want you to write down something very unique to you that maybe not everyone in your friends list relates to. Maybe some of them do. Maybe a very specific niche do. For example, me. Not everybody on my friends list has a son who is in a special needs class. That's unique to me. Not everybody on my friends list loves to journal like I do. I'm going to say I'm a journaler. Not everyone in my market has a pastor as a husband. I'm going to write that down. My husband is a minister. And not everyone in my friends list has a dad who survived cancer. That's something unique to me that shaped me as a person. Not everyone on my friends list, or something very specific to me, is that I'm kind of, a lot of my friends, I shouldn't say that because you guys are my friends, so this is probably not describing you, but I'm kind of dorky. Not like techie dorky, but like dorky, quirky, that rhymed. I can't even, okay. Case in point, whatever. I'm kind of dorky and I love corny jokes. Like, I love to giggle. I cry when I laugh. That's something that's unique to me. I have PCOS. That's something unique to me. So anyways, the point of this exercise is to write down so you could see, hey, this is what the majority of my market, the majority of my followers, the majority of my friends list, this kind of describes them in a bucket, in a big umbrella. It could be unique. There could be some characteristics, but then on this side, I want you to say, what is different from them? Like, how are you different? Scale it back even more. Peel the layers back on yourself. Another exercise that you could do to start thinking of content to share with your market, to share a little bit about yourself, so it's not always Shakeology and it's not always workouts. You should post about those things so frequently. 100% post about that. That's inspiring, but people want to know the real you in your real life, in your happiness, in your excitement, in your vision, but also your reality, and that you're not a robot. So maybe develop a life timeline, okay? So this is an exercise that I did a couple of maybe even a year ago, and it really helped me understand that my story is, there's a lot to it, right? But I don't have this dramatic story like I was a drug addict and now I'm not. I was overweight and now I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have this huge life-changing moment where it's like, wow, everyone is going to be so inspired by this. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't really have a story. I'm just kind of a boring person. Nobody's going to want to follow me. And I disagree with you, because everyone has a journey. Everyone has a story. So let's bring that out. So let's make a timeline for your life, okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's a timeline. Born. You were born where, when, how, whatever. You don't have to share all those details, but this is just a visualization. Born to now. Maybe, do 6 different points of what were defining moments in your life. What were defining times in your life that shaped who you are today? One of mine will be that I'm an Army brat and that I used to live in Europe. That shaped who I am, because now I want to travel. I want to go back to Europe. I want to be an adventurer. I'm very proud of the fact that I was bilingual as a child. That's kind of unique. But not a lot of people know that about me, so maybe that's something that I could share next week or this weekend, kind of as a testament of who I am. Or maybe I could throw that into like one of my Transformation Tuesdays or Throwback Thursdays or Did You Know posts, so people just to learn about me. That's kind of fun for people. Another defining moment for me is my dad. I mentioned this earlier, that he was diagnosed with cancer when I was in 5th grade. He had a 30% chance of living. He did survive that, but it rocked my family, and it kind of changed the entire course of our future because of that, in a good way and bad way. A third part is in middle school, and I shared this recently, but it took me years to share something this vulnerable. In middle school, I was a mean girl, and I unfortunately made some poor choices, and I was really mean to this girl who ended up trying to commit suicide because of my meanness. That rattled me. That shook me. That was a defining point in my life to realize that my words are powerful, and I have the power and responsibility to use my words for the good or for the bad. So for middle school, oh dang, that was a big moment. Another defining moment, let's see, when I don't know, in high school I was very involved in all these clubs and pageants and dancing and cheerleading and stuff, and I kind of feel like that was the first time I realized that I really enjoyed working with small groups of women. I was kind of placed in a leadership role, so I was starting to shape some of my confidence there and wanting to be a part of something big. Like I started to believe in myself a little bit, even though I didn't have a lot of friends who partnered with me and believing in me. So I kind of feel like that was a defining moment in college and everything else. Another defining moment is when I got married, I had my kids. I mean, you can go on and on and on, but develop a timeline with as many defining moments as possible. And maybe once a week for the next couple of weeks, pick out one of those moments, pick out one of those stories of your life and share it through social media. Because people want to know about you, yes, but we're not just sitting here selling Shakeology. We're not just sitting here selling products. We're not just sitting here selling a fitness program. You're kind of selling yourself, because what's the difference between somebody ordering from me versus ordering from you? It's the difference between our personalities. It's the difference between who that person connects with. So you want your market to connect with you, and the way that they're going to connect with you is through sharing on social media, through sharing frequently on social media, through posting, through graphics, through pictures, through selfies, through live videos like this. Don't be afraid. You're going to have to start maybe going live on your page a little bit, maybe even once a week, to get warmed up and to get comfortable about sharing your story. Maybe even when you're pulling apart this timeline, maybe in advance you can say, hey guys, tonight at 9 p.m. I'm really nervous, but I'm going to share something pretty vulnerable, pretty life-changing that happened to me that I've never told anybody. Can you guys tune in? And that way they're going to be like, wow, I want to hear this. I love that. I love you. I never knew this part of you. So maybe even in advance say, hey, I'm going to go live. Keep yourself accountable. Let your audience know. And then go live and share your story. People will relate to that. So remember, you're selling yourself as a light in their life, as an encourager, as a real person who has amazing health and fitness goals, who has business goals, who has a vision to allow this Beachbody community to change their life. And the more confident you are in that vision, the more contagious it's going to be, and the more committed your customers and coaches will be as you start signing people up. Trust me, this business is all about people. It's not about sales. This business is not about selling. Yes, we have strategies and tactics to talk to people and keeping yourself accountable to follow up with them, etc. But this business is about connecting with people. So if you have a list, you should have created a list. It could be on a piece of paper and you're just marking down their names. It could be on an Excel spreadsheet. It could be anything. But every single day I want you to add 5 names to your list to start liking and commenting on their posts, to start loving on, to start private messaging, to start catching up with. And eventually those people on your list, those are the people that you're going to shout out and say, hey, in a private message, hey, I know this is totally random, but we've been chatting for a while, and I'm leading this fitness group next month, and I really feel like you would love it. Your personality is so positive, or I know that we've talked about some of the goals you have. I have really enjoyed my life more since working out. Would you consider joining us? That's an invitation to your challenge group. It doesn't have to be lengthy. It doesn't have to be crazy amount of words. It could just be a short blip of, hey, I think you would enjoy this. Would you ever consider it? Would you consider joining my fitness group next month? All right. So as you're posting 3 to 5 times a day, post about your workout, post maybe a quote or what you learned from your personal development, post about your life, something funny that happened, something not funny that happened, your reality, but you want to come across as relatable, as like somebody who is excited about life, somebody who has a vision for their future, who's hopeful for what's to come because of how diligent you are in building this business and helping yourself become healthier with eating and working out, right? There's so much potential in this business. I mean, I say so much. It is 100% guaranteed that you will become a better person and become successful if you apply these 4 vital behaviors every single day. So here is just a little bit of tactic, a little strategy of how to brainstorm on what to post, when to post, and why to post. So that's it. I hope that was helpful for you guys, and I hope that you start practicing this and you get in the groove of posting 3 to 5 times a day. It is so, so, so important. Nothing is perfect. I understand no one in here is perfect, but practice makes perfect. So practice today, posting 3 to 5 times a day. And if you don't do that, then practice again tomorrow, and then practice again the next day. Keep going, because consistency is going to help you succeed with your goals. Okay? Mwah. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Can't wait to hear from you.